Good evening and welcome to Garbage Theatre.
Tonight's installment, go with Le Flow.
All right, and welcome to the brand new episode of Garbage Theatre. I'm your host Chase, with my co-host Blake as always.
That's me.
Let's get this shit show on the road.
That's right. And
a shit show it was this week, folks.
How dare you, sir? The movie this week was Go with Le Flow, and I was very disappointed as I tried in vain to bring culture to the show. Chase whined and complained the entire time.
This movie is liquid garbage.
No. This movie is fantastic. A very, very original story. It hit all, it broke new ground, I should say.
With a shocking twist ending.
Yes. So let me go ahead and explain Go with Le Flow. Go with Le Flow is a French film. They had some German sprinkled in there,
it's
too.
French?
Yeah. Easy there, fella. Don't get all crazy. It had some German mixed in there too, and it was a very a romantic comedy, and I thought it had a very heartwarming tale to it. It is about a man named Florian, who owns a sausage shop named Le Flow. He is friends with a young woman named Jenny, who he's grown very close with because they're both German, and they both have food shops, I guess. So they're friends, and Florian falls in love with a famous French actress, and doesn't realize the woman who's been there the whole time, Jenny. And it's the very original tale of love's right there in front of you.
She was right there in front of me the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And
never been done before.
No, not at all. I mean, this was, like I said, it was breaking new ground. I say romantic comedy, and it's comedy with a capital C.
It's a comedy with a capital quotation marks around
it. There were some really good jokes in there. When he first met his girlfriend, Camille, he trips over a chair and sausages fall all over the place, and he just looks up at her like, I'm this lovable idiot, and I'm like, man, the laughs are just gonna keep coming, aren't they? And they did. So I think that's enough of a synopsis of it, honestly.
Okay.
We are going to talk about our stakes this time, so we know what we're getting into if we lose or if we win.
We will be presenting our movie picks before we do the quiz, just to add a little tension to the game.
Correct. Also, there is going to be, I told Chase this beginning of the week, I don't know if he picked up on it or not, there will be a M. Night Shyamalan twist to this whole situation.
Is it that I'm dead the whole time?
No. You're not that lucky. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. At least for the audience.
I hope so.
So I'll let you go ahead and have the honors because, you're on the losing end already. And so
thank you.
What movie am I going to have to watch if and when you answer these questions?
If and when I answer these questions correctly, the next movie up for you to watch will be a movie that answers the question, what happens if you take Lost and turn that into a feature-length comedy and drop Jean-Claude Van Damme into the mix?
Hachi Machi. For those of you who don't know, Jean-Claude Van Damme is damn near my kryptonite.
Well, what do you get? You get the 2014 classic, Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh. Now, you see, I thought I was safe because I had seen... Who knew Jean-Claude Van Damme was still making movies?
Oh yeah.
So...
Oh, yeah.
Great. Well...
It's sitting at 2.5 stars on Netflix. 5 stars on IMDb, and a respectable 22% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
The synopsis is, a company retreat to a tropical island goes awry, and the retreat happens to be led by JCVD himself as Storm Rothschild.
Storm Rothschild, eh?
Yes.
Is that like a... I don't even know what to say. Like, I just already know. Like,
He's an ex-Marine.
now this is supposed to... Oh, well, this is supposed to be a comedy, though, correct?
Yes, it is a comedy.
Okay.
Such review headlines as, a few hilarious scenes, nothing great. Do not waste your time. And my personal favorite, give me a break. What are you expecting, Shakespeare?
Well, then, yeah.
So there's a little glimmer of hope.
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay, so that's what's up. If you drop the ball this week, let's see what happens if I drop the ball this week.
If you drop the ball this week, it is going to be a 2014 Canadian television horror film.
Ooh, going a little soft on the French with Canadian.
No, I actually felt...
I'll take it.
I felt bad for you. It is Avalanche Sharks. And it is...
Does this have anything to do with Sharknado people?
No, but I'm assuming it was somebody said, well, you know, they did Sharknado. Maybe we can do them in snow, too.
Someone ripped off Sharknado. This has got to be...
Pretty much. That's what this is. And I don't have all the reviews and the stars and all like Chase had, because obviously he's always the one more prepared. But I can give you a snippet of the plot. And it begins after a snowboarder inadvertently starts a major avalanche. The moving snowfield uncovers and wakes a prehistoric snow shark, which had been trapped beneath. The shark develops an appetite for human flesh, and the staff at the Twin Pines ski resort begins getting reports of missing people and strange finned creatures moving under the snow.
Okay, so this movie is posing that a snow shark even existed.
Well, how do we know it didn't? You know, I use the same thing as like Bigfoot. How do we know? We don't know.
I think we know.
No.
At this point.
No, we don't know, Chase. How could we know? We'll save that for another show.
Okay. I'm sure I'm sure you're gonna pick a Bigfoot movie at some point.
I was literally arguing with my father about this 2 hours ago, and just watching disappointment slowly slip over his face. And I used the whole Harry and the Hendersons thing. You ever seen a baby pigeon? And he's like, he's like, no, but I've seen plenty of full-grown ones. And then I went into the craziness of Coast to Coast and said, nah, man, just when you see them, they automatically use a teleporter to another dimension. That's why you can't tell where they are. And he's like, all right, you're officially not my son anymore. I think he really thinks I'm serious, but, you know.
Yeah, well, you dope.
Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, let's get to this goddamn quiz.
All right. So, here we go. We're going to start it off easy.
Okay.
What does Florian drive?
A moped.
Okay, very good. I was going to say what brand.
Is it a Vespa?
Well, yeah, it's got to be a Vespa. Is there any other type?
No.
All right. So here we're going to start getting a little more difficult. Where did Florian meet Camille?
Shit.
I even talked about it. Didn't say where, but I talked about it.
You did say, yeah, he stumbles and drops the sausages on the floor, and look at me, I'm an idiot.
Right.
I have to say I'm going to just throw out, it was a restaurant.
No. It was on the set of a movie she was filming in the area, and that's why he was delivering those things, the sausages.
Of course it was.
Yes.
Of course it was.
What did Jenny bring to Florian before he went to propose to Camille? She showed up at his apartment.
A rose.
It was a rose. Very good.
Just need one more, folks.
2 out of
Just
3.
one more.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. What kind of street performer did Florian see after Camille rejected his proposal?
He saw a street performer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. There's flashes of it in my mind, but I can't formulate what it is.
Well, I will tell you that one of the easier questions is next, if you wanted to pass.
Let's pass. We'll come back to it.
Okay. Where did Florian first fall in love?
What?
Oh, it was... really? I thought you'd know that.
Was it in Berlin?
No. Well, it might have been. I'm not talking about that. He went to a specific place.
It was a specific place.
Yes.
Was it the Eiffel Tower?
No. It was
I
at
remember him saying Eiffel Tower at some point.
No, it was a film festival with his father when he saw the on-screen
Oh,
actress.
son
and it
of
was
a
the first
bitch.
time.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah. So now we're back to what type of street performer did Florian see after Camille rejected his proposal?
Oh my God! And I know it's right there. It's right there.
What's really sad, folks, is it's happening right before Chase's eyes. Things are slipping away.
What was it? What the hell was it? Oh my God! It was. I want to say it was some kind of musician. Fuck. It was. I don't know. I don't know.
You gotta guess something.
A musician.
No. She was twirling fire in the streets.
Son of a goddamn bitch.
So, my friend, you have just lost. But don't get too down, because I told you about the M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you notice a theme with my 5 questions?
They were all within the first 10 minutes of the movie?
Yes, sir.
You son of a god. You didn't even watch this goddamn thing.
Why? Did you? So on that note, I will let you win, because I couldn't sit through more than 10 minutes of that movie.
You piece of shit.
Oh my God. Whew. I've been holding on to that.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious. I've been holding on to that laughing. So even though you lose, you still win. At least I'm kind about it.
No, I don't, because I watched this piece of trash.
Why? Why did you watch
I watched
it?
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, this is how this happened. I delayed even starting this movie for days. We give each other a week to watch the movie. We record these once a week, and it was a good 2-3 days into it before I even considered watching it, just because I watched the trailer and no thank you. So one night we were sitting around, me and my wife, we had nothing to do. She said, "Put the movie on, let's watch it." I said, "Okay, if you really want to subject yourself to this." So I put it on. 10 minutes in, she walked out of the room.
As she should have.
I made it maybe another 5 minutes, and I just couldn't take it. I turned it off. I immediately texted Blake, "Call me."
Right. No, he was ready to end it right then. He was like,
Yeah.
"You have to pick something else."
Yeah, we gotta change this. This is too much. So he didn't answer. So I called him. He didn't answer my phone call. So I had to sit there and stew in it for a good, I don't know, hour.
Yeah.
And then you finally responded to me.
Yep.
And what happened?
You complained and said, "Dude, I don't know if we can fill 45 minutes or 30 minutes with this movie." And at this point, I already knew I ain't watching this damn movie. So it's like, "Oh yeah, We'll have stuff to talk about.
Oh my God. So after pleading with him to call a mulligan on this one and pick something at least in English, because reading a romantic comedy, there was more dialogue in the first 15 minutes of this movie than the last two movies we watched put together.
You're right. You're right about that.
It was wall-to-wall dialogue because it's a romantic comedy. There's no action.
No, they're
Nothing's
just
happening.
talking. They're just talking.
Oh God. So after that,
Now I
after
wish I
he-
would have just kept my mouth shut and not talked about a twist at all. Because right now I wouldn't be watching a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd have just like been really evil and not said anything.
But you disqualified yourself through trickery,
Yes, I did.
purposefully, for some meta-ass fucking joke.
What's hilarious is as soon as I ended the recording last week, it was already in my head. I'm not watching this movie. That's not gonna happen.
So, having been defeated in my pleas to pick another movie,
I even
or as
thought
I'm
about
like-
it. By the way, I even looked over the rules again. I was like, am I breaking a rule? And no, because it was my movie. I'm not breaking a rule.
Yeah, you just needed the 5 damn questions.
Yeah.
So, fast forward a couple of days, I actually watched this thing. What day was that? I want to say it was Thursday or Friday
Might
or
have been
something.
Thursday. I think it was Thursday.
I think it was Thursday. Thursday, I sat down and I watched the rest of it in entirety, end to end, without stopping,
Right.
and hated every second of it. Just completely saying, you know what, I'm not gonna retain any of this. I'm gonna lose the questions, and I just need to live with that and accept it.
Right.
But I did watch the frickin' thing.
Yeah. Well. Smart move.
So, since you didn't watch it, would you like me to tell you all the other fantastic things that happened in this movie?
I'm kind of interested, yeah, because while I'm giving the synopsis, I'm kind of like I have no clue what ended up happening. I'm assuming he got together with Jenny.
Yes. When he had absolutely no other options to exercise.
Oh, really? Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, why she still wanted to be with him is beyond me.
And by the way, folks, in case y'all didn't watch the movie with us, which I can't blame you because
apparently I'm the
didn't.
only asshole that watched this movie.
I think so.
The audience didn't watch it. One of the goddamn hosts of this show didn't watch it.
Nope. But anyway, Florian is one ugly sumbitch, and why he has these at least 2 that I know of women fawning over him, I don't get. I think
I had to assume that he was involved in the production.
he might be one of those, like, he writes it and then he stars in it or something.
Yeah, I have to star in it. And there has to be about 19 close-up shots of me gnawing on this woman's face. Because he doesn't so much as kiss these women as he does just open and close his mouth on their face.
Wasn't that what you're supposed to do?
It's revolting.
No. Chase, it's called culture.
What the hell did you didn't watch it?
And I wish people could have heard the phone call conversations, because there was a time where Chase called me and he's like, well, I finished it. And I'm like, yeah, what you thought? and he's going on and on,
Bastard.
and he keeps talking. I'm like, yeah, well, let's save it for the show, just because I had no clue what he was talking about. Like, yeah, well, let's not talk about it right now. And then I'd hang up the phone and I'd giggle like a little girl.
You're a bad person.
And then I'd sit there and talk crap on him, like, maybe you and your wife just ain't smart enough for this movie. I'm so happy right now.
No.
Yes, it's like the good old days. It
Oh,
really
yeah.
is. I feel so proud of myself.
Oh, yeah. As you should, I guess.
Like, it's totally worth watching Jean-Claude Van Damme in a lost comedy.
I hope so.
Which, by the way, I will watch this one at least 3 times because I know you're not gonna pull any punches.
Oh no!
Like I know the guns are coming out, so and I deserve it. I deserve it.
Yeah, one of the things Blake told me is that this is possibly going to be the best episode of this podcast ever. to him.
To me. That's all that matters, right? I don't care if anybody's listening. It's just my entertainment.
So, okay. We gotta... I guess I have to talk about this movie.
Please don't go into too much detail. People don't care. Nobody watched this movie but you.
You're a bastard. It winds up devolving into a screwball comedy where none of the jokes are landing. He's like kneeling on forks, and
I did see that part.
Oh, you did see that part?
Yeah.
You got far enough into to at least see the proposal.
Yeah.
The awkward proposal.
Yeah, I stopped whenever I saw the girl twirling the fire in the streets. That was when I stopped watching it.
Oh, that's what pushed you over the edge?
I needed 5 questions. I needed 5 things to happen.
There was at least 20 things that happened in the first 5 minutes.
But not nothing that I could write a question about. I didn't
Yes,
want.
there was.
Okay. You want to know what? Do you want to know one of the questions I had was how many sausages did he sell that month that he was talking about? I know it was over 8,000.
Oh, you mean 8,447 goddamn salamis? Or how about the fact that he had a promotion for salamis that were 10 euros a pop?
Oh, Lord.
Or that they were looking at a Rodin book together. Or that he met Camille 3 weeks prior to him proposing to her. Or that their friend Igor wasn't coming to the party because he got deported.
There's a friend Igor?
Fuck you.
I'm so happy right now. Oh my God, I'm asleep so good tonight. Like a little baby.
Awful. This is awful. And so, okay, the one thing you were asking me about was he winds up with Jenny, but only because he had no other options. And it's because up to the bitter end, he's still trying to get Camille to accept his proposal. To like the last 5 minutes of the movie, that's still his game plan.
I will say this, Camille wasn't that attractive.
No. For a lead actress movie star.
Yeah.
Well then, look who she's with.
Yeah. Old blockhead. He's got a flat head, people.
He's got yeah. He was left on his back for a little too long as an infant.
Yeah.
You gotta turn him, folks.
Yeah.
you gotta roll him around a little bit.
That's why he don't know how to kiss proper, because he's missing part of the back section of his brain. He don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, it was so disturbing to watch that. Just
the whole reason this man made this film, because I'm convinced he wrote, directed, produced everything, and starred. And the whole goal was, I'm gonna show people that I've kissed a girl before.
Oh yeah.
And this is what happened.
I'm gonna chew on this woman's face a few times.
Yeah,
how many takes did it take to get all that?
That'll show all those guys down at the plant that say I never touch a girl. By the way, sorry this is only an audio thing because I'm watching Chase through video and he almost some type of orange drink almost came out his nose just now.
It's coconut pineapple sparkling water.
Well, it was about to come out. But I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. Can you please get through this wonderful movie?
Well, the proposal doesn't go well, as you saw that little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes back and Jenny doesn't know that it didn't go well because he's very vague in his answers about how it went because he doesn't want to believe that she actually rejected him. And then it comes to show that Camille's actually already engaged to Mark, who's the other actor on this very same movie, who was filming a scene in some other country somewhere. But then the production got moved to Berlin, because it does.
That's how things happen.
Yeah, that's how it happens. So they come back, and there's this whole subplot that he might be cheating on her with one of the other actresses on the show. And they keep reiterating this over and over and over again, like something's going to come of it. To the point where, and the director of this is Camille's father, just because why not? So there's a point where Camille's father, the director, is talking to one of the producers, I guess, and says that it's very important that we keep my daughter away from this actress because we don't know what's going to happen. Like something's going to happen. You never see that woman once in this movie.
Really?
She's not even in it. So they were just filling time because they had to make this thing feature length, which it didn't even hit. This movie didn't even hit the 90-minute mark.
Huh. How many minutes was it?
87, and that's including credits.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I took it easy on you.
Barely qualifies as a... Oh, dude, you didn't make it through 10 minutes. You know how long... There was at least 6 times watching this, I had to stop and tap my phone so I could see the progress bar. Just to go, I've got to be over halfway. Nope, not even halfway yet. Oh, okay, I've got to be 75% there. Nope, maybe a little over halfway now. Just nothing. Minutes and minutes of nothing. And then it turns into this screwball comedy of him putting on like disguises to sneak into the production of the movie where it's at so he can talk to her again, convince her to marry him. And she rejects him again by flat out refusing to acknowledge she even knows who he is. And that's when, and Jenny also puts on a costume to sneak in. And it's...
Why did she do that?
Because she's got to profess her love to him and find him and tell him. Because that didn't happen, earlier in the movie with no results whatsoever. So that finally happens. He gets shut the hell down by Camille. And then Jenny jumps in and says, look, I actually do love you. She doesn't love you. I do love you. So you should be with me. And he's like, okay.
Really?
And that's it. Yeah. And then it shows them, and they're in a theater later watching that movie that was being produced, and they decided, the director, because he was so moved by that, decided to make their story into the ending of the movie, played by other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ends, and I wanted to die.
I gotta tell you, Chase, this sounds like a terrible movie.
You think?
It definitely sounds like a terrible movie.
And now I've got goddamn French romantic comedies popping up on my Netflix queue.
Dude, I will say this. That has become a bone of contention in the house. Because now, that's what Becca says. Why are these crappy movies coming up in our Netflix recommended thing? And I'm like, well, because of Garbage Theater.
Yeah. When I was explaining this, it finally caught on with Heather. She said, the Netflix is going to be drowned out with terrible movies.
This is what's happening.
Like, dims the brakes of having a podcast.
That's right. I will say this. I am so interested to find out Heather's reaction whenever you tell her I didn't even watch the movie.
She's going to laugh.
Even better.
She's going to laugh, and I'm going to stick my hands in my pockets, and I'm going to kick a can and walk down the street. Defeated.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So, who's Igor?
Oh, my God. Who the fuck cares who Igor is?
I'm emotionally invested in Igor at this point.
Igor was a friend of Jenny, Jenny's, it was, who was supposed to... No. It was the other woman that worked in the sausage factory.
Oh, yeah, I
know.
Okay.
And Igor was supposed to come to some event they were having, and he couldn't because he was deported, and that's the last thing we heard of Igor. Oh my god. There's a 15-minute sequence of him stowing away in a production van to sneak onto the set, and it's him, like, he gets the cuff of his pants stuck on the thing underneath the seat, and oh, how's he gonna get free? And he rips his pants. Then he goes to unlock the door of the van, and the little nub pops off, and he's like, oh, I can't get the nub back in. 15 minutes.
You know what, though? And this is in all seriousness. When I watched the trailer, which is probably the most information I got was from watching the trailer, it won a bunch of awards.
Yeah, it won a bunch of awards from a bunch of independent film festivals that no one's goddamn heard of, from a bunch of pretentious-ass people who actually thought this was a good movie.
Which makes me think, maybe we need to move to France and make us a halfway shitty movie and see what happens. Because I guarantee if we look up whoever, I don't even know the actor's name, we'll call him Guy Ledouche. I'm sure if we looked him up, he's like doing very well over there.
I briefly glossed at his IMDb. This isn't the only thing he's in, so.
Wow. Right now, that dude's eating a steak dinner somewhere.
When you pull up a movie on IMDb, and every single actor is just that gray silhouette of a person, that's a bad sign for the movie.
No, that's just artistic. That's all. It's artistic expression. It's they don't need to show a picture because they meld into whatever character they're going to portray.
Horseshit.
And I mean, I don't expect you to understand it because obviously you're not as cultured as I.
Oh yeah, what would I know? I just watched the goddamn movie.
Right. Oh shit.
Terrible.
It was
terrible turn of events, ladies and gentlemen.
I will say this: from what I saw, it was a bad movie.
Oh, I would watch Pretty Things every day for the rest of my life to know that everyone involved with this movie would never be allowed to do anything in a movie ever again.
And at some point, like from what I did see, he had to just be hiring friends as the other actors.
I'm sure.
Because the housefrau in the sausage factory, she, like, that was just, she looked weird.
And there's a subplot in there where she decides that she needs a man, so she's interviewing people to be the delivery boy based on if she's gonna fuck him or not.
Whoa! Know what she looked like? She looked like a cross between Olive Oyl and that family on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that always drinks the milk. She looks like one of them.
McCoys.
Yeah. That's what she looked like. Like she had the little unibrow thing going and
yeah. There's a point where she's banging the busboy in the back room and comes out and has what I'm assuming were supposed to be hickeys on her neck, but they really look like bruises. And then he comes out and he's got them too, so I can only assume they were choking each other back there.
Well, you know, when in Paris.
Berlin, Germany.
Oh, I thought the thing took place in Paris.
No, it's in... You mother...
They ain't in France?
No, they're not in France.
I thought they were in France.
Everyone's German.
I thought they were speaking French.
Sometimes.
This makes it even... Oh, God, that's hilarious. I thought it was in France. I thought that was the whole idea. He was a German dude trying to make a living in France.
No, it's in... I swear to God it's in Berlin. I don't fucking know. This movie was bad.
Oh, man, oh, man.
And I'm the only person on the face of the earth that wasn't involved in this movie that watched it. And I have to go to my grave with that now.
You're probably right. You're probably right. But I guarantee, you know what? Give yourself a pat on the back, because there's probably family members of people that were in that movie, and they're like, "Oh, man, I'm in this movie," and he's like, "I'll send you a copy of it," and like they didn't even watch it. And they're like, "Oh, that was a great movie."
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it took place in France, right?
You know what? All those awards came from people who didn't watch the movie. They just felt bad for somebody. Yeah, we'll just give him this award. I don't feel like talking about it, so, we'll make up this award. So, here you go, Guy Ledouche. Here's your trophy. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm fantastic.
Best Kiss Award.
Yeah.
Criminy.
Criminy. Where does that come from? Is that German or France? Or French? Where's the origin of that word? I am so happy.
Well, I hope you're just as happy when you're watching the muscles from Brussels struggle his way through some punchlines.
Tell you what, and I'm gonna have to study this bitch. I know you ain't gonna make it easy on me, and I don't deserve it. But
I might watch this thing 5 or 6 times.
I am going to do my best to win next week, because if I do, then that it'll make me feel it'll just make me feel so much better. That not only can I do something not illegal but highly unethical, and then come back and still take the crown.
So the pressure's on now.
Oh, it definitely is. It definitely is.
This little experiment of a podcast that we cooked up is getting uglier and uglier by the day.
Yeah, even if we decide never to do this again, this will continue. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, somebody's gonna get sent a turd in a box to their house through mail. I mean, that's the only end result I can see at this point. Like that's it.
Oh, you bastard. I was sitting there when you told me that there was, oh, don't worry, it's going to be worth it. I get this big surprise cooked up. I was thinking about what that could be, and I wasn't, for a second, it flashed in my head. He didn't watch this fucking movie. But I said, no, he has to watch it. He's got to get goddamn questions on it.
Which I did. Questions you didn't answer, by the way. So, get your step stool and get off that high horse, because you didn't answer the questions.
There were 50 million things you could have asked questions on in this movie.
Yeah. And any idiot who watched the first 15 minutes could have answered all of them. But instead, there you are, all uncultured in Prairie Dog Canyon over there, and you can't figure it out.
I don't live in Prairie Dog Canyon.
It's a fictional place, but we're not going to give out home addresses, for Christ's sake.
Oh my god. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, so what's the name of the movie I gotta watch again?
Is this joke on me of a podcast episode done now?
Yes it is. Oh, so what movie do I gotta watch again? I forget.
Okay. The movie again, folks, is Welcome to the Jungle, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. You can't miss it.
Okay. I will be looking for Welcome to the Jungle, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yay.
Joy.
How old? Yeah. When was this? Is this recent?
2014.
Oh, so it's wrinkly Jean-Claude.
Oh yeah, it's leathery Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's got a lot of city miles on him.
With the co-starring Adam Brody.
Who's that?
From The OC.
What's that?
Some show. He's a guy.
That helps.
Rob Huebel.
Who's that?
He's a comedy guy. He's been in some things.
Okay.
Kristen Shaw.
I've heard that name before.
She does the voice of Louise on Bob's Burgers.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, she's in it. There's people in this.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's a movie.
It just happens to have 2 stars.
Yeah. Bob's Burgers and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
So.
Well, I'm excited for it, and I will be
I
studying
told you.
it.
I told Blake that he's going to be doing splits over the movie that I'm going to pick.
Yeah. Oh, now I get it. I wonder if he's going to
So.
do a split in the movie.
He has to. I think he's obligated to by law.
It's like in all his contracts.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this. Being as we've never seen this movie, what type of side bet?
Classic.
Yes. What's all the French films I've been watching? That's what they do. So I hear. The French people in Germany, this is what they do. Make sausages and burp on podcasts. No, so maybe we should have a little side action on whether or not a split will be featured in the movie.
What's the side action?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe we won't come up with it now. Maybe we'll just have to post it later. Because,
Okay, well,
because I'm going to say
okay.
he doesn't do a split.
Okay, I'll take the action. I'll say he does. And we're going to come up with what that side action is. We'll post it on the Facebook with the trailer to this thing
Right.
once we come up with it. There will be some kind of side action.
What's this dude's name again? Stormy Rhodes or something like that? What is it?
Storm Rothschild.
Storm Rothschild.
The name screams doing splits.
I bet you he can't even say that properly.
Storm Rothschild.
It,
It's going to be Stom.
Stom.
It's going to be
Yeah.
Stom Rothschild.
Yeah. He
That's
can't
gonna be
say
it.
it. He can't say it. Poor bastard.
I'm going to kick that bison's ass so hard. The next bison wannabe is going to feel it.
Which, by the way,
So who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
and I know
God damn it, Street Fighter was a great movie.
it's way off topic, but on the arcade that I just built, I have the Street Fighter arcade fighting game, like from the movie.
The movie one.
Yeah.
With old Dammy in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
With that Mortal Kombat technology.
yeah, and boy, I love me some Street Fighter, but even that one is like, yeesh. It's enough. Oh well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. The movie, Welcome to the Jungle, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Watch it or don't. If you're Blake, don't watch it. Fuck it.
All right.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Okay. Till next week, folks.
Yep. See y'all later.
Thank you for listening to Garbage Theatre. Please join us again next week for another horrendous film and horrendous commentary.